Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, which name is Analytics Pro. In the previous tutorial guys, we have covered how to display top and bottom end in the same visual. I hope you guys are clear with that logic. And now in today's tutorial guys, we will cover one more business problem and solution. So here is the next problem statement guys, which we are going to solve here under this today's tutorial. How to create custom date slicer and how to display sales amount on card as per slicer selection. So in today's class guys, we will learn how to create dynamic slicer and we can change the value as per our selection. So let's jump into the Power BI desktop screen. So guys, here we have entered in Power BI desktop. And now guys, let's firstly look at the data set. So let me go here under this table view. And here we guys can see we have taken only just date column and their sales. And we have taken the data from January 1, 2024 till today's date is 22nd March 2025. And now let's go back to the report view. So guys, what I am doing here, let's calculate the last 7 days sales. So if you want to calculate the last 7 days sales guys, so with the help of time intelligence DAX function, which name is dates in period, you guys can calculate last 7 days sales. So firstly let's create a single DAX function. So let me go here under these 3 dots and click here on this new measure. And let's say my measure name would be last 7 days sales. And simply I will use my calculate function here. Calculate under expression parameter guys, I will simply take sum of sales and bracket close and put it comma. And under filter expression guys, I will simply use dates in period time intelligence DAX function. So with the help of dates in period guys, you can contain column of dates that begins with a specified start date and continues for the specific number and type of date intervals. So under date parameter guys, I will simply take date column. And if you have the date table date guys, so you guys can take that date column. And now put it comma. So the next parameter of dates in period is start date. So here is the catch of the formula guys. Under start date parameter, we need to use max function because we wants to calculate till today's date of previous 7 days. If I use max function here guys, so this will pick today's date, which is 22nd March 2025. I'll simply write my date column, which is from the sheet 2 table and bracket close, comma, and under number of interval guys, you can take the interval at what specified range you want to get the sum. So I want to specify the range of last 7 days. So I'll simply put it -7. And here under this interval parameter guys, you can clearly see days, month, quarter and year. So this time I'm taking day and bracket close and hit enter. So guys, our formula is ready, which showing the last 7 days sales from today's date, which is max of date. And now let me select this measure and convert into this card visual. So here we can clearly see it's returning 689. And now guys, let's cross check this sales from Excel sheet. So let me open this Excel sheet guys. So this is the same data guys which I have imported in Power BI desktop. So if you guys can cross check the last 7 days sales, so here the sum is 689. So that means our formula is absolutely right. So if you guys wants to calculate any specific number of days sales, so with the help of dates in period guys, you can create that logic. Simply change the intervals from here. It could be 9, 10, 20, 30 and so on. So I hope you guys are clear with this dates in period function. This function guys I have already covered in the DAX expression playlist. And now guys, let's suppose I want to calculate current month sale. So this formula guys we have already covered, which name is dates MTD. With the help of dates MTD logic guys, you can calculate current month sale. So let's try this DAX function. So I'll simply go here under this new measure and my measure name would be, let's say, current month sale. And now I will simply write my calculation here. So I'll start my calculation with calculate. And under expression guys, I will again take sum of sales. And under filter expression guys, this time I will use dates MTD. And here we have just only one parameter, which is dates. So again I will take this date column here. So I'll simply take date and close the bracket and hit enter. And now let me drag this measure here and convert into this card visual. So this 1635 is the current month sale. And now let's cross check. So again, let's go to the Excel file. And this time guys, I will take all the date range of current month, which is March. So here we guys can see the answer is 1635. I have taken the date range from March 1 till today's date, which is 22nd March 2025. So with the help of these time intelligence DAX function guys, you can calculate the data as per the specified date range. And now guys, let's come back to our topic. So in this class guys, we are learning how to create dynamic slicer so that we can see specified date range of data. So the first step is that we need to create a slicer. So let's learn guys how we can enter the data with DAX function. So firstly guys, we need to create a custom table where I can see all the intervals which I want here under the slicer. So let's create that table with DAX function. So I will simply go ahead under this new table and I will rename this table name as intervals. And now let's create a table with the help of DAX function, which name is data table. So with the help of data table DAX function guys, you can create your own table. So the first parameter says is name 1. So here I will take the column header. So my first column header would be intervals and double quotes close, comma, and now I need to define the data type of that column. So my column data type should be string. So I'll take string, which is text, comma, and the next parameter says name 2 and data type 2. If you want to add one more column, so simply take the column name here under this name 2 parameter. So my next column header would be, let's say, sorting underscore order and double quotes close, comma, and their data type would be integer and put it comma. So in this way, you can add more and more columns with data types. But here under this table guys, I don't need any more columns. So what I will do guys, let me press shift enter to jump into the next line. And now let me press tab key. And now let me start and end this curly bracket. And here under these curly brackets guys, I will store my values. So let me press shift enter. And now I will again put this curly bracket to store the values. So my first value name would be, let's say, last 7 days sales and double quotes close, comma, and here under the sorting order guys, I want to give as 1 and curly bracket close. So this is my first value, or you can say first row, comma, and now press shift enter. And again I'll start curly bracket and again I will write the values. So my next value would be, let's say, last 15 days sales and double quotes close and put it comma, and the sorting order would be 2 and curly bracket close and put it comma. So in this way guys, you can enter more and more values. And now I will write my third value. So let's start this curly bracket guys. So my third value name would be current month sales, comma, and the sorting order would be 3 and curly bracket close and again put it comma. And now let me copy this query guys and simply paste it here. So here under the fourth value guys, I want current quarter and the sorting order would be 4. And in the fifth parameter guys, I want current year and the sorting order would be 5. And last but not the least guys, I will add one more value, which is custom. So here custom means you can create any other date except these dates. So I want to give sorting order as 6 and curly bracket close. So our query is ready. And now let me simply click on this right click. So see guys, our table is ready. So whatever the value you have stored, you can see all the values with sorting order. So our half of the work has done. And now guys, what we will do, let's go to this report view. And now let me select this slicer. And here under this slicer visual guys, I will simply take this interval column. So here we can see all the intervals which we have taken under the interval column, which is 7 days, 15 days, custom. But if you observe one thing here guys, here sorting order is not proper. If you guys wants to make the sorting as per this order guys, so what you can do, simply select the column name and simply go here under this sort by column and click sorting order. And now you guys can see your value has changed. The 7 days comes at first, 15 days comes at second, and so on. So I hope you guys are clear with this thing. And now guys, let's discuss how to create a measure. So let me simply click here on the three dots and click here on the new measure. And let's say my measure name would be dynamic intervals. So firstly guys, what I will do, let's create a variable. So let me simply type var and my variable name would be, let's say, interval selection. And here under this variable guys, I will simply use my selected value dax function. Let me write this formula here, selected value. So here under this column name guys, I will directly take this sorting order column. I will not take this interval because we are going to create a logic on the basis of this sorting order, not on the basis of intervals, because this is the text and this is the number. So I will create my logic on the basis of numbers, not on the basis of text. So under selected value guys, I will simply take sorting order and bracket close. So this is the variable guys. And now guys, let me press shift enter to jump into the next line. And I will directly call return statement because I don't want to create more variable. So I'll simply write return. And under return statement guys, let's create a logic with switch function. So I'll simply write my function name which is switch, which helps to replace the values. And let me also use true. So let's create a logic with switch true. So under value one parameter guys, I will take my variable name which is interval selection. So if my interval selection is equal to 1, which means last 7 days, comma, so the result should be last 7 days sales. And this thing guys, I have already explained in the start of the class that how we can create last 7 days formula. So you guys can simply store dates in period function here under the result one parameter. So I'll write my DAX function here, calculate sum of sales, bracket close, comma, and under filter one guys, I will use my function name which is dates in period. So the first parameter says dates. So here under this parameter guys, I will take this date column which is from sheet 2, comma, and under start date guys, we need to take max of date. This thing I have already explained. I'll simply write max of date. This max date picked the latest date, which is current date in our data set, and bracket close. So I want to sum of last 7 days. So under number of intervals guys, I'll simply put it -7 and put it comma. And under interval parameter guys, I'll simply take day and bracket close. So in this way guys, you can create more and more logics and close this calculate function and put it comma. So the next parameter of switch function says value 2 and result 2. So now guys, what I will do, let me copy these values and paste it here. So this time my interval selection would be 2, which is last 15 days sale. So here I will simply change the interval which is -15 and the rest formula will be same. So if you have the more intervals guys like -30 days, -90 days, so in this way you can create more and more logics. But our next requirement is that we need to calculate current month sales in the third interval. So what I will do guys, I will use dates mtd to calculate current month sale. So again I will call my variable here which is interval selection equal to let's say 3 and put it comma. So if my interval selection is equal to 3 guys, so let me store dates mtd formula. I'll simply write calculate sum of sales bracket close comma, and under filter expression parameter guys, my function name is dates mtd which calculates current month sale. So we have just only one parameter which is dates. So let me simply take date column here which is from the sheet 2 and bracket close, and let me again close this calculate bracket and put it comma. So this is my interval 3, and now let me add next interval. So let me copy this measure and paste it here and simply change the intervals. So instead of 3 guys, I will write 4, and instead of dates mtd guys, let me simply change the formula dates qtd and again press shift enter and simply paste that measure here. So this time my interval selection would be let's say 5, and I want to store dates ytd here which return latest year to date data. And last but not the least guys, my last interval is custom selection so that I can also filter other dates. So again here I will call my variable name, which is interval selection is equal to 6, comma. So here under this custom selection guys, I will normally store my sales value with calculate function, calculate sum of sales and bracket close. So guys, we are ready with our measure. And now let me close this bracket and hit enter. Now guys, let me select this measure here and convert into the card visual. So this time guys, it's returning blank. And now guys, let's play with the slicer. If I select last 7 days sales, so here you guys can see it's returning the same number, which is 689, which we have stored here under this measure. And now if I cross check the last 15 days sale, so let me click here on the slicer. So the last 15 days sale is 1077. So if we guys wants to cross check that sale, so what we can do guys, simply select this card visual and select this measure and simply change the interval. Let's say last 15 days and click here on this right check. See guys, numbers are matching. That means our measure is perfectly fine. And let's check one more record. Let's say current month sale. So the current month sale would be 1635. It's matching with the same DAX function, which we have stored here under this current month sale. So I hope you guys are clear with this logic, that how we can create this custom dynamic slicer and how we can return the data on card visual. And now guys, let's talk about this last parameter, which is custom. So if I select this custom guys, it's returning the total of the sales, which is sum of sales. So let's suppose guys, if you want to filter any other specific date range except these intervals. So what you need to do guys, simply select one more slicer. And under this slicer guys, you can take this date column. And from here guys, you can play with the date range. So if you guys wants to make your requirement more dynamic guys, like whenever you select this custom from here, only in that case, this slicer visual should be enabled. Otherwise, it should be disabled. So let's create that logic. So I need to create that logic with if condition. So firstly guys, let me select this custom and go here and create a new measure. And my measure name would be, let's say, disable slicer. And simply write my if condition with selected value. So my column name would be this sorting order. So let me select my column name, sorting order, and bracket close. So under logical test parameter guys, what I want to say here, if my sorting order is equal to 6, so it should return 1, else it's return 0 and bracket close. So let me select this measure guys and drop it here and convert into the card visual. So this measure basically says if my value is custom only in that case return 1, otherwise it's return 0. So this is the logic guys which I have created here. So let me select custom and remove this card from here. And now guys, what I will do, let me select this date slicer from here and simply select my measure here, which is disable slicer, and drop here under this filter on this visual and simply give the logic guys, my value should be 1. So I'll simply select is and put it 1 and apply filter. So see guys, this visual is disabled now, but this is also disabled for custom. So how we can enter the dates here? So you need to perform one more and last step. So you need to select this slicer visual from here and simply go here under this format tab and use the feature edit interaction. Let me select edit interaction here and simply remove none to filter. And now we guys can see I can filter any of the date with this date slicer. And if I select any other values guys, so this slicer is disabled. So in this way you can create this dynamic logic. I hope you guys are enjoyed this tutorial and definitely learned new things. So for such kind of detailed learning guys, stay connect with us and kindly support this channel. And those who are new to this channel guys, kindly hit the like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to press this bell icon guys, else you will miss an update. And those who wants to learn Power BI or SQL from scratch, so you guys can follow this free YouTube channel, which name is Analytics Pro. And if you scroll it down guys, So here you guys can see we have a full course Power BI playlist where I have explained each and every concept about Power BI in detail. And if you click here on this playlist button guys, so you guys will get to see multiple playlists are here. This is the Power BI full course playlist and these are the advanced concepts of Power BI where you guys can take the knowledge of advanced concepts of Power BI. And we have this Power BI with SQL playlist where you guys can learn all the concepts of SQL from scratch. So you guys can start your SQL journey with this free YouTube channel. And along with that guys, we have this visualization playlist and we have this DAX expression playlist where we have covered most of the DAX functions from scratch which are majorly used in your projects. And here under this playlist, I am also trying to cover all the differences of DAX functions which is majorly asked in an interviews. And very soon guys, I will add some more playlists so that you guys can take better understanding of the analytical skills. And for the job seekers guys, we have this free Telegram group where I'm keep posting latest Power BI jobs opening as well as you will also find some latest interview question and answers which recently asked by an interviewer. So you don't need to pay anything to anyone. But those who are looking only live sessions, so we guys also conduct live training and sessions where we prepare candidates from scratch till intermediate level with some scenarios, real-time projects, assignments, notes and so on. And we also provide placement assistance with the help of WhatsApp group where you will get to see some HR emails, contact number and so on. And you guys can also follow us on Insta as well as Facebook. So all the links I will share under the description box. You guys can follow us there. So for free learners guys, you guys can follow this Analytics Pro, and for the live training and sessions, you guys can connect me any of the platform. Thank you so much guys for your more love and support. Keep learning and keep growing. Thank you so much.